It is the #1 birth defect in babies, yet there is no cure.
And soon many will gather here in Nashville to take steps to find answers. Our Carrie Sharp is one of them, and for a very personal reason. Carrie?
Oh, that's right. This is my youngest son, Decker, exactly 1 year ago after his open heart surgery. It is a picture that still just breaks my heart, as did the diagnosis we received when he was just a month old that he had a congenital heart defect. It is news that rocks more families than you might think. 1 in 100 babies is born with one. How much are you up and down these halls?
On clinic days, a lot.
Misty Sharp logs a lot of miles down this hallway. As a nurse case manager at Vanderbilt Children's Hospital,
How are you?
it's a job that's more than just a calling.
I've always wanted to work in pediatric cardiology.
You could say it's her heart's work.
Congenital heart disease affects me personally. I have actually had 4 heart surgeries, my first being at 7 days old.
Then again at 13 months, 26 months, and 4.5 years old. She doesn't remember much from those surgeries.
It's always been a part of me. I've always been kind of aware of my scar, but it's always been a source of pride for me.
And this picture is one of only a few her mother took.
She said, because I was so afraid you were going to die, that I didn't want to remember you that way.
It is the heart-stopping fear so many families experience.
I don't think people realize that it is the #1 birth defect in the world.
Meaning it can hit families more than once.
He had a megawatt smile.
Misty isn't the only one in her family with a heart defect.
I looked the picture of health.
Her nephew Drew was also born with one. Despite several surgeries, at 20 years old, he collapsed and died.
That was a humongous shock to our family to see somebody that we thought was doing just fine, and then one day he wasn't.
And that's the very reason Misty will walk just a bit further at this year's Nashville Congenital Heart Walk.
We are going to have food and games, a DJ.
Last year, in the inaugural year, more than $50,000 was raised. The money supports research, provides grant funding, and resources for families. Each step is about celebrating, remembering, and pushing forward.
Congenital heart disease is not something that you ever beat. It's not something that you're ever cured of.
But here and here, each step equals a little bit of hope
Yes.
for little hearts that could certainly use it.
So I hope that you will join us for the Nashville Congenital Heart Walk this Saturday, June 4th at Edward Warner Park. We have more information on our website, so just head on over to newschannel5.com. And I am happy to tell you that my little guy has come a long way in 1 year. From this picture, follow me here. This is Decker, taken just this past weekend on his 1-year anniversary of his heart surgery. He'll be toddling right alongside us this Saturday, fueled by a healed heart. Vicki, Rory.
Great news.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that with us.